When you first log into Compete Studio, you'll be greeted with this dashboard screen. And while it might not look exactly like this, depending on what type of a device you're using or what version of the software you've signed up for, everything that we're going to go over in this quick tutorial overview is going to be very, very similar. All right. You can hide your links very easily if you need some more screen space, depending on the device that you're on. In the top right corner, you'll notice a settings drop down where you can update some information about yourself and your studio to manage your personal account. That's changing your password and username, that sort of thing. Your billing options, what credit card you've got on file with us, some of those things are available for you. And then under this upgrade tab, you'll be able to manage some things like the email settings and text message, phone number that you're sending texts and emails from, and a few other options like that. Of course, once you're done using the service, you can log out. Over here under the Students tab, you can expand this tab by clicking on it, and then you'll be able to see all of your current students that are active. You'll be able to go to a form that will allow you to add a student. You can do a power search on your students, and you can take a look at your student pipeline. Your student pipeline is simply very similar to your prospect pipeline if you're already familiar with that, but it's a series of steps, emails and phone calls and text messages that you might want to send out to new students that kind of helps them get onboarded over the first 2 to 6 months that they're enrolled at your studio. If you're using the software to handle payments for you, you can run all of that through here. The search payments option allows you to look up payments that have run through your system already, and the quick pay option will allow you to quickly charge somebody's credit card without attaching that payment to a student account. All right. If you don't have billing set up yet, that obviously won't work, or if you're not using the system for billing, then you won't have those options. You have a staff tab here, very similar to the student tab. You can view all of your current staff. You'll be able to add staff members or search the staff members that you have on file. Under your classes tab, you have a number of different options. You'll be able to view classes that you've already created. We can add a new class. We can take attendance or view attendance. We'll be able to add class rooms. So if you have more than one room at your studio and you want to keep those classes attached to what room they're in and keep track of that, that'll allow you to do that. This classes tab also allows us to create waiting lists. So as your studio starts filling up and you've got classes that don't have room in them, you might still have prospects that are contacting your studio wanting more information about classes. So we'll create a waiting list, and then we know that once that class opens up, we contact everybody in that waiting list, and that'll save us a whole lot of marketing dollars. The programs tab here allows us to view and create new programs. You might have an adult program, a kids program, you might have a dance program and a martial arts program or something like that, and it's just one more way to distinguish the types of students and prospects that you have at your studio. Now, you can make as many programs as you want, you can make as many waiting lists as you want, but with programs especially, you probably want to keep those programs as broad as you can so that they're helpful in segmenting the people that you want to, for example, send emails to or text message to or follow up otherwise through your marketing. All right. This reports tab will give you all kinds of information about how your studio is currently performing, all kinds of student reports like how many people are enrolling and withdrawing from your studio at different times of the year over the years that you've been tracking those stats. Payment reports, of course, let you know how you're doing with your collections and what's going on there. And then marketing reports will help you segment your audience and view what marketing efforts are working the best, what ones are actually translating into students, what ones are just pulling in prospects, and how all of that's working together. Under the marketing tab itself, you'll be able to set up some marketing methods. So if you're using Facebook or you're out putting up flyers in your community or something like that, you can create those methods and then track exactly which students and prospects are coming into your studio based on those methods. This is also where you're going to add prospects if you want to do that manually. Of course, you can create a form and put that on your website, and then they'll be automatically entered into your software when they fill out that form. But if you're going to enter that in manually, you can click on Add Prospect here. That'll allow you to do that. Just like students, you'll be able to search through all your prospects. So if you want to send an email just to people in a specific zip code or people who have contacted you just in the last 6 months or something like that, you'll be able to search that and then act on that information. And then your prospect pipeline is one of the most powerful tools that Compete Studio can build for you. So if you need help setting that part up, please reach out to us so that we can help you set that up. But basically, it will allow you to track the prospects as they first contact your studio, and then as you're sending out emails and text messages and making phone calls to those people, so that you make sure that they actually become enrolled as students. Underneath this advanced tab down here, we have options to view your emails that you've sent out and newsletters. Newsletters are just what we call emails that have been sent out to a large group, so not individually. You'll be able to look at your email list. So if you've created a list of students that live in a certain zip code, or if you want to create a list of everybody who's enrolled in your adult program, you can create an email list and you'll be able to manage those lists and update them here. All right. This is allows you here to check out your text messages that you've sent out. Once again, we always recommend that you don't send text messages from your personal phone. Use the software or something else to do that, because then you can send and receive text messages directly to your prospects without giving out your personal cell phone number or something like that. Okay, this capture forms down here, once again, another really powerful part of the software. If you don't know how to use that, let us know and we can walk you through it if you need us to. But this will allow you to create simple web forms that you can place on your website, and then when people fill out the form on your website, you'll be able to have their information entered directly into the software and also directly into your prospect pipeline, so that you and your staff know exactly who needs a phone call, exactly who needs an email, and all of that is just wired together and working automatically.